day, YouTube viewers. I'm Melania, and I'm Ida, and we are going to talk about the effects of globalization on the world today. Globalization is a late 20th century phenomenon that's in fields of communication, culture, economy, politics, and transportation. It breaks the boundaries between countries, nations, and cultures. Flattening the world is what Thomas Friedman stated about globalization, and it is true because globalization is creating one whole world to be in the same culture, not in diversity but in the same culture. No one can escape the effects of globalization, although there are already many critiques and many arguments in the topic of globalization. All, however, agree that globalization affects everyone in this world, whether they like it or not. However, as revolutionary as it is, globalization still has its advantages and disadvantages.
Okay, so the advantages of technology is the advantages of globalization. Technology plays the most important role in the globalization. As time goes by, technology keep on improving and improving. And the biggest improvement is such internet as we see in our daily life. Nowadays, we're all easy to connect to people in the world using the internet, and distance is no more a problem for us. For example, to do businesses with the other people in a different country, we can do it trading, and even stock markets, we can do it from our home using just the internet. And now, to having a friend from the other country, also using the internet. If we have families living in another country, it is no more a big problem. For example, if a student studying abroad and they're away from their families, they can just keep in touch with their parents by using webcams or even internet telephones, and parents don't need to worry about their conditions anymore.
Although globalization has lots of advantages and it has improved many lives in this world, it still has its disadvantages, one of which is the loss of culture. Loss of culture mostly suffered in the East. Westerns are much more advanced and modern than Easterns, and the way of life of Easterns and Westerns are so different, they both interact each other. However, as Eastern, as they are not really as improved as the Western, they're not really perseverant in their sense of culture. Therefore, some of the culture are actually lost and are traded with the cultures of West. They forgot their own identity. Culture is a very important essence in improving the lives and country, especially the nation. It's a special identity of the nation that makes its nations unique and different from others. However, globalization has simplified everything and has made everything the same. Soon, if we keep this up, maybe everyone will be having the same culture in the same society, doing the same boring activities, and that is not good because we will face a dead end and there will be no more room for improvement. There are also other disadvantages in society, in character especially, individualism and consumerism. As Ida said, globalization has improved many lives. It makes everything easier, which means people are more dependent in technology, and more of all, they sort of worship and addicted to it. They can't live without it. They can't live without the internet or shopping or even drugs. And that's all because of globalization have published all of this. Individualism is because, like Ida said, you can do everything through the internet. That means people don't have to go to the supermarket to shop, and if they want to do research, they don't need to go to the library. They just sit in front of the computer and type whatever they want. Everything is a lot more easier, and people are less sociable. If they are sociable, it's starting to be more in a negative way, such as drugs and stuff. And also, there are a larger gap between the rich people and the poor people. In globalization, everything's improving, and that means also the cost of living. The rich maybe will have better advantages in this, as they have already the support for it. However, the poor people, the one that's already devastating without the modernization, they will of course suffer more, and therefore it's another one.
Okay. But the negative effects of the globalization is something that always happens to everyone. So what we can do is we should avoid them. We shouldn't accept all the effects of the globalization. We need to select them, whether they're good or they're bad, whether they could get along with our own cultures or they're against our cultures. So we should select them. And don't forget about our own country's cultures. They're precious. They're made us special, and so we can keep them and conserve them. They are our identity, and without it, it's all the same all the world, and there's no specialty of us.
That's all from us. Thank you for watching.